Hello everyone, it's Marc Schiliro, the owner of MS Classic Cars, and today we have guest Roy Sinor, who was kind enough to come here from his home state of Oklahoma. Roy is an expert in the Corvette world. He was actually the judging chairman for the NCRS for 17 years. He's written multiple books. Really, I consider him the authority in the Corvette world. We became friends many years ago, and he came here today, December 19th, to personally inspect all of these three Corvettes here that you see in front of you. These Corvettes are vehicles that I've chosen as part of our 19 vehicle collection selling at the Barrett-Jackson Scottsdale auction in January next month, 2024. It's going to be an epic event. What I did when I selected each one of these vehicles was try to find some of the best examples of these particular models. So I just wanted to kind of do a quick video here and bring you in a little bit closer to see some of these magnificent cars. We're going to start in year order. The first vehicle, which is selling on Friday, January 26th, is this magnificent 1964 Corvette. This is a 327, 365 horse, referred to as the L76 option. Obviously, this car is red with red interior. It is a very special car. It's won a ton of prestigious awards, right down to the Duntov NCRS. You can go on our website, msclassiccars.com, and really check out all the accolades that this car has received. It does have its full original matching numbers, drivetrain, again, VIN plates and trim tags and drivetrains. It's all the important things that collectors are really searching for with Corvettes and with a lot of muscle cars. And again, that's why we have Roy here today doing this. The second car that we will mention, which Roy just told me he thinks is one of the most beautiful colors he's ever seen on a 65 Corvette. Spectacular color green, almost looks black. This 65 here has got an amazing story. It is a really limited ownership vehicle. Everything was fully documented. It has an original window sticker, original protector plate, original drivetrain, etc., etc. Just a very special car. It's a 327, 350 horse. L79 is the code for that. And again, this particular car also has a hardtop. Again, you cannot say anything about how spectacular this color combination is. You got to really see it in person. This car is also selling as part of our collection on Friday, January 26th. It's a no reserve auction. You definitely do not want to miss these particular cars. And then over here, this is the famous car. For anybody that didn't know the car, Roy knew a lot about this car when I actually called him when I was going to be purchasing it. But this is the Desert Rat. This is a 1967 Corvette with a 427, 435 horse. This car, obviously being a coupe, is a very limited production. This was kind of the holy grail, if you will, of the Corvettes, and I am extremely excited and blessed to own this car. It has such a great story. We did a separate video for this car where I spent about 20 minutes talking about it. I won't bore you with all those details, but once again, the important factor of having Roy here was verifying the original VIN tag, the original trim tag, the original color combination, this green-green combination here, original drivetrain. Again, all the important things that collectors are looking for. So if you're somebody who's looking for your first Corvette or add another Corvette to your collection, the reason that Roy again here was to make sure that these cars were being, are accurate as being advertised, and that's really what he's here for. So Roy, any comments before we turn the camera off here?
Well, yeah, my main comment would be there are not many times you can go to a facility or an auction and see three spectacular cars like these three. They all have the original trim tag, the original VIN plate, they're all their original color combinations. They have their original drivetrain, 100% original drivetrain, motor, transmission, rear end. Spectacular cars. They're all high performance cars. The L71 435 probably is the ultimate in the Corvette C2 collection, they call them now. We used to call them mid-years, but the 67 435 Coupe is the car. There is no doubt about that. It will stand a hair up on the back of your neck anytime you want to have it stood up.
And you knew about this car. You've known about this car for.
I've known that car since before it was restored. I mean, I remember when the car went to its first car show and won Best of Show and was stolen that night. I mean, I didn't see it after it was finished. I saw it after it was recovered from the desert and brought back.
And the company who restored this car, Neighbor Brothers, out of Texas, before the car was actually stolen, did the restoration. You actually have a 67 convertible 427, 435 horse that they actually finished 4 or 5 years ago.
Yes, I do.
So think about that. So
the interesting thing about about Corvettes is back in the 80s, we used to say there were Corvettes built in 2 places, St. Louis, Missouri and Houston, Texas. Ken and Gary Neighbors were the state-of-the-art restorers before the rest of the country realized what state-of-the-art was in 82, 92. So they've been doing it for years. They do a wonderful job. These cars are all spectacular cars. I don't think they did the other cars, but these cars are top to bottom the best you're going to find.
Awesome. Well, Roy, thanks again for coming. We appreciate it.
You're welcome, Mark. Thank you.
And thank you, everybody, for all your interest. And remember, we are selling 19 vehicles at no reserve at the upcoming Barrett-Jackson auction, January 20th through the 28th. You can see all the information on our website at msclassiccars.com. If you have not signed up for our VIP email blast, please do that. And we also ask that you follow us on social media. And as always, rock and roll.